time, we had done Alice's portion of the story. Hopefully this isn't as bad. Alphinaud is ready to take to the road once more. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west, and then cross a small bridge. Okay. My poor heart. Thank you, young miss. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you all right, madam? Just a few bruises where I fell, nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably be giving her an older lady voice. Oh well. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There is naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. Is as the lady says, many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Ah, yes. Alice would be well qualified to speak on the subject. Compared with Amarang, Kaluja is almost a haven, but as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived but a few moments later, the Sin Eaters would have claimed another victim. Still, we have won a small victory this time at least. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond.
Oh, do I need to click through this one?
This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
They're the city hopefuls.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh?
He's got quite the gravelly voice.
I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
These no fightsies.
What? I was only making conversation.
I'm just a Lalafell. Oh!
Gentlemen, your attention, please!
Yo, can I get one of those, though? Oh? Oh, gosh. What is going on here?
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all! Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy.
I see.
Even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
The Yulemore recruiters.
Was there anyone?
I can make fish. I'm a
Do
culinarian.
you recall how I said Yulemore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon.
The really fancy retirement
A poor man could
home.
sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulemore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
Ooh.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in a city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
She's like, yeah.
Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident!
Wow. That's so patronizing. It's the butt bread. Oh my gosh.
Enjoy.
Thank goodness.
Over here.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulemore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity, yet the whole arrangement just seems...
Patronizing.
well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, I wonder what the meal has in it. I'm sure we know that, actually. I think we do. Or I think we learn it at some point. Don't look at me like that! Stop smiling at me all funny like lady. I'm just a potato. Maybe the meal has potatoes in it. Don't eat me! Don't turn me into butt bread. Alphinaud wears a look of profound disapproval. Oh, he looks so grumpy. You disapprove of Yulemore. He kind of seems like he disapproves of the people's way of life more, because he keeps talking about their codependency, which I guess makes sense. Disprove? It frustrates me, certainly. That is only part of it, though. The whole situation makes me uneasy. Not that it matters. However unjust this system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it's hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forgo Yulemore's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gatetown, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Yulemore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Kaluja's people. I'm not so naive as to think that there is some miraculous solution to all this, yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Yulmore's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Spofie. I've been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. We're sneaking in. Let's go. There's a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo they're called, though you and I know them as the Sahuagin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tataru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Yulmoran lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. What? Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Let's go make a business deal. Excellent, I should be glad of your company. First things first then, we must pay a visit to Moshamoa, my supplier and right. Come, it's just to the northwest of here. Business. Oh. Uh-oh. Is that a Catboy? Catboy's up to no good. I'm sorry. People pin things on the Lalafels, but the Catboys are often up to no good as well. I'm just saying. Okay. Search the surroundings for a male Mistel with short blue hair. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a likely suspect and inspect him with the clicker. Who dat? Hello? You have located your quarry. Found him. He looks guilty. Spofie, any sign of him? Dat away. You have a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes good his escape.
There you are.
Seems kind of scared. He looks so concerned. I feel bad.
The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
Poor Catboy. Now I feel bad.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear. Must it be Yulmore or nothing?
I've done a lot of custom deliveries for this guy.
They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Ulmoran's interest.
Aww. Alphinaud's like...
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
Oh, little cashier. Oh, look, he's so happy.
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kaishir, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision. Yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best.
Yeah, now he's gonna go lead a strip club. Gonna be cool. And people will give him a bunch of crafted items.
We strive to bring swift salvation to this world. That countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
No. You've got morals, Alphinaud. Quite possibly, meaning we better hurry up and think of a new plan. Wow, that's heartless. That's not who you are, Alphinaud. You got a heart.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alphinaud, ever the slave to sentiment.
Thank you for your kind words nonetheless.
That was a good Estinian
Let
impression.
us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Wright then? Is that?
What the?
I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble.
Oh my gosh, you know what I just thought of, y'all? The, like, seagull in Animal Crossing that always gets washed up on the beach.
They may need our help.
We need to go hit him with, like, a net. That's probably the best course of action. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy, mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. Where's my wallpaper? Thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Crystal. I was invited into Yulmore to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Vothry's city. Within days they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamn ocean. Wow. From up there? How are you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment? Ugh, without a second thought. When Lord Vothry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Yulmore, his word is law. Ah, there it is. Toot toot. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made plurals from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. I can paint portraits at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh-ho! I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof have you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold. Such is the life of a working artist. I have my only brush to testify for me, though you will note that it has seen no small amount of service. Flecks of paint, both old and new, a tool much loved and much used. That should not suffice. Not a prop to be conjured on the hop. Very well, come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. And who is this hanger-on? Well-wisher or a parasite? Why, this is my assistant, she whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with her or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave her fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our last vacant space, we retire to Yulemore's sweet embrace. Yeah, where's the mule? Oh, mercy me, the mule. We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back. Gosh. I am not a parasite. For the record. It's just because I'm small. I am not parasite. Yulemore!
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place.
Gosh, Yulemore is such a weird feeling, because it's like...
Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days.
Oh, there's the strip club. It's like, it's Yulemore, but at the same time it's like, oh, it's Yulemore.
Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Welcome to Yulemore, fortunate friends. May I have your names? I'm Alphinaud, an artist, and this is Spofie, my assistant. Ah, yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forgo the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yulemore are divided into two classes. There are the free, who are blessed with the favor of Lord Vothry, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. Ew. You'll be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general laborer. I see. And might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually. Shy News and Julia Chai, a misspelled couple whom most refer to as the Chais. They're both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment, please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. Ooh. The whole class system's so icky. All in order. These are your registration documents. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Yulmoran citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Huh. Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. Here you go. Here you go, ma'am. What have we here? Alphinaud, artist. Spofie, artist assistant. To be employed in the service of the Chais. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I stumbled over my words there. I think it's best. Oh no, it's moving too fast. Oh dear. You smell hideous. Hey. Excuse you. Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. Ooh, that is a... Proceed directly to the delusory next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. After you've rinsed away that stench, you'll want to splash yourselves with this perfume. Liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. For him, the guard by the stairs will give you directions. Well, that's just rude. The miasma. Whew. I hadn't realized we were so aromatic. I've never told someone they have the miasma of an unwashed beast before. That is one way to describe. Ooh, look at these steamy showers though. Ooh, which yep, I won't do that one. Okay. You rinse yourself clean in the stream of water. I'm clean, shiny, sparkly. Now I'm just imagining everyone on Shadowbringers launch like all showering together. How awkward. Bum, ba-dum.
Oh, who's this then?
She has such a cute voice.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Alphinaud trying to be an artist is so funny to me. I mean, maybe he is, but...
You must be the new,
Artiste.
Oh, goodness me. What an adorable boy. That silken hair, those pearly cheeks. Oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers.
Okay, okay. This is getting a little weird.
I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Oh.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
I was gonna say his real name.
Alphinaud, if it please you, my lady.
Okay.
And this is my assistant.
Me, Spofie.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations.
That's me.
Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content.
Thanks, Julia.
Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
Alphinaud needs an Oscar for his acting. His acting? Perhaps he's not a painter, but he is an actor. Oh, you've returned from your jaunt around the city? So soon? You needn't have hurried back. Young Alphinaud has yet to put brush to canvas. Uh-oh. One cannot rush good art, I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Ah, finally. He's gonna get chucked over the edge. Uh-oh. Oh! Triumphant music. Ba-da-da-da! I've put together an ensemble out of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh, goodness gracious me! That last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy. However am I to decide? Why are they dressing him up? I mean, he looks great, but like, this feels kind of weird. Anyway, I don't recall this part of the artistic process. Exactly. This lad is an artist, dearest, not a dress-up doll. It's about time we set him to work for the reason we called him here. Must we? I do love a good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly. Well, I'd not. That is to say, as long as you... just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. We know he'll be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So, shall we pick out some jewelry next? Anyway. Very good, very good. I take my eye off you for one moment and you're chattering away with that assistance of yours. Am I to assume the outline is done then? The little... Oh, what in the blazes? It's cute. It's so unflattering. Explain yourself, Alphinaud. Where is your artistic interpretation? It should evoke images of affluence and nobility and overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty. Lord Chai, you stated that this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary, yours being a joyous union. It seemed to me that a realistic portrayal... Realistic? I don't want realism, I want perfection. A spectacle to slacken jaws and weaken knees, to make people cry out in amazement. Now fetch a blank canvas and... Oh! Arg! I say, did that come from above? Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make you quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose set to ruin our fair city. But our lord has got him now and his fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down, and one and all who'd watch it fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer. Ugh. Uh-oh. Is this some weird sin eater? Malcontent? How dreadful. And this man is to face sentencing? That's right. In fact, if you're curious, it might be worth you going along for the experience. The offer they mentioned is part of the Emergent, the level above us where Lord Vothry resides. Ordinarily, you'd be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening its doors for the next little while. The crown lift will take you up there. We better not dawdle then. I don't know if I want to see this. Okay. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Oh. There he is.
That's him.
Him.
That's Vothry.
Oh. What a guy. He's got... Oh. Oh. Oh.
He's attended by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
It's Booba Sin Eaters.
Mercy. Mercy.
By the 12.
Oh! Kaishir, what did you do?
Kaishir, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Aww.
Lord Vothry, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but.
Uh-oh.
Yulor is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society.
I like his lion.
To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that.
Oh.
What then is a man of mercy to do, but offer the sinner another way to show his contrition?
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Oh.
Sin eaters are part of Yulmor's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide.
Ew.
And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
Tis true that Kaishir won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise.
Yeah, tell him, Alphinaud.
That you would cast him out I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Yulmor?
Tell him.
Oh, you dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command command the Sin Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
That is not a clap. Yeah, Angilala, Angilala.
People call this paradise.
Not a clap.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me. Of
Oh
you.
gosh.
If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence.
Oh, poor Kaishir.
Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
We're gonna have a problem.
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. Can you walk?
I think so.
Oh. He doesn't seem thrilled.
Did that little worm just insult me?
Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh gosh.
I'll kill them!
Oh gosh.
I'll kill them all!
Uh-oh.
I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them!
Oh, baby
torture
rage,
them,
baby rage.
Then tear out their hearts!
Oh, wait, who dat? Forgive me. In my anger, I seem to have marched us back outside again, although it's probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Yulmore. In any case, I've seen enough of the world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sin Eaters will find few allies in Kalusha. I will accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and think on our strategy anew. Aishir, I've done you a grave disservice. You were hungry and desperate, and I offered you a solution without once considering the risk inherent in you accepting it. If I had but known the price you would be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me. And now Lord Vothri wants us all dead. Why not come back with us to the Crystarium? I'm certain we can find work for you there if you're willing. No, that would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do some thinking. Learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Oh, come on. Very well, but you must promise you'll be careful. The Yulmorans may yet come looking for us. I'll keep my head down, don't worry. And you take care too. Give me the chance to repay what you've done for me. No, Kaishir, come with us. Alphinaud! Oh, Lord and Lady Chai. What in the blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alphinaud. Now, I've had many a beautiful and striking picture painted for me, but there was something about your work. It was as if you'd caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. I will speak with Lord Vothry and vouch for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over any hard feelings. Oh, I'm sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters to which I must attend. More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest? Pray press no further. We are leaving, but I would not presume to take the garments you are so kind as to procure for me. One moment. I wouldn't hear of it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy. I insist. And I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come and visit. I will return, I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. That's kind of convenient that she can just, like, make it so he can pass through the gates. That seems a little too convenient.
And so you return?
Yep. I've seen some stuff.
Understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Mm-hmm.
Better is not the word I would use.
Mm-mm.
Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness.
Oh.
Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist.
Time to kill the bosses.
Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmul might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
What are we to do?
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
I'm not sure I follow. Seems like a lot. I don't know if I'm ready to fight Boss Baby.
Your uncertainty is understandable given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
Oh gosh, here we go. Oh heck. Looking nice. That's pretty sick. I wish I could do that. Oh.
In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially.
I see, I see.
Let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest,
that's so pretty.
The excess energy will begin trickling into the source.
Oh.
And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence.
Minty.
If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds.
The calamity. Oh!
What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities. 7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
Oh, wow. This is like the prettiest history display I've ever seen. Oh. Well, that one looks scary.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Norvrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told.
Okay, I'm here now.
Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements.
Oh, heck. Okay, here we go.
They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
I'll save you, waifu. We're on our
Alert
way.
the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphinaud and Alize as well.
My lord.
I love her. She's so cute.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
All right, let's do it. Oh gosh, this music. Hallminster Switch is past these gates and through the woods. It is not exactly a near neighbor to the Crystarium, but as we occupy the same region, we have built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The town is beset by a swarm unlike any we have seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but as many as half remain. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have a good reason to believe that a light warden leads the attack. How convenient. It seems we'll have our chance to slay a warden sooner than we expected. One does not simply slay a warden. Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all of their underlings put together. It can be struck down, but its essence won't dissipate like the weaker kind. Vile aether will billow outwards and envelope the nearest living being, a reckless young swordsman, woman perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden. Oh gosh, I don't want to be a warden. Heckety heckety. Ah, well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. I must ask the guard stand down and allow us to engage this leader of eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must save every life we can. But what if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Very well. Then our warden slaying party shall include myself, the Levieurs, Captain Lena, and last but not least... an egg! A Spofie egg! It's me! I got this. A formidable group indeed. Into Holminster go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. Ba-dum-bum. The instance dungeons encountered in the Shadowbringers main scenario quest can be completed solo. Great. Okay, we're gonna do this with Truss, but that will be featured another video.